A lot of people are using Rudraksha around the world today because a certain segment of doctors have started recommending it because it lowers your blood pressure, it calms your nerves and that kind of effect. But fundamentally, Rudraksha is worn. First of all, what's Rudraksha? You know what's Rudraksha? Rudra means Shiva, Aksha means teardrops. Shiva's teardrops. Now once again, I'll tell you a story. This is not a fact, but this is a truth. One day Shiva was sitting in meditation, he closed his eyes and for many millennia he did not open his eyes. He went into such a deep state of meditativeness and then he became so ecstatic in his meditation. Tears of ecstasy flowed. Those tears of ecstasy fell on this planet and they became Rudraksha. That's the story. Rudraksha is a particular kind of seed. The Rudraksha trees grow in a certain altitude in Himalayan ranges. Rudraksha is every substance in the world has its own vibrations, but Rudraksha is a very unique vibration. It is the only substance found like that on the planet. It has many benefits if you wear it on the body. The fundamental reason why people on the spiritual path or Rudraksha is, it cleanses the aura. You know what's aura? A-U-R-A, aura? No? You know, the halo that you're carrying? Aura means there is a certain field of light and energy over every body and every substance. Human aura can vary from a pitch black aura to a pure white aura. In between there are a million shades. You have seen in your… you know all those printed in Shivakashi calendars? Your gods, your saints and sages, anybody means they have a white halo behind their head? Yes? These days they're getting psychedelic though. Generally for ages they always put white halo. It is not that these people walked around with lights behind their heads. It is just that the artist is trying to impress upon you that this is a pure being. He has a pure white aura. So if you wear Rudraksha, it purifies your aura. It is not that if you wear Rudraksha today, tomorrow you will have a white halo around your head. Now you are seeking to purify your life. Now Rudraksha is a helpful tool. It's not that it'll set everything right in you, but now you are aspiring to move towards purity, then it's a support. When you walk on the inward path, every little support that you can get, you want to use it so that you go. Rudraksha is definitely a good support. It has… can somebody give me the Rudraksha? These Rudraksha vary. It comes in many forms, from a single-faced Rudraksha up to 21 faces. They're used for different purposes. They're used for different purposes. Like Ekamukhi for renunciation, Trimukhi for wealth, Panchamukhi for well-being, like this. Different phases of Rudraksha are used for different purposes. Just taking a Rudraksha and putting it in your body may not be a good idea, because if you wear the wrong type of Rudraksha, it is capable of disturbing one's life quite a lot. We have known people who have in many ways destroyed themselves simply wearing the wrong type of Rudraksha, attracting kind of situations for which they are not ready. For example, in the tradition it says, if you wear a Vekamukhi, within 12 days you will leave your family. Now suppose you wear a Rudraksha, Ekamukhi, whether you leave the family or not, it is just that if you wear that, it won't support family situations. You don't like to be with people, you would like to be alone. It creates that kind of a situation around you. So once you are like this, but still you are compelled to be with people, naturally you will create problems, or others will create problems, whichever way. Now, this Rudraksha has many other benefits. For example, let's say this water. See, sadhus and sannyasis used it like this. Suppose you're walking in the forest, there's little water, you want to drink it. Now if you hold the Rudraksha, it will tell you whether you should drink the water or not. In nature also, water could get poisoned with gases and certain things, it could either cripple you or even kill you. Now, you hold this over this water, if it's good water, it'll go in clockwise directions. If it is poisoned, it will go in anti-clockwise direction. Even if you put a minute drop of poison in this, kind of poison that you can neither taste nor smell, you put it and hold the Rudraksha. This water is good. Similarly, with different aspects, for example, see we are holding Yoga Mudra. I've been telling you, only the mudra should be tight, rest of the arms should be loose and relaxed. You just watch this. If I hold the mudra properly, it will go clockwise. If I create tension in my whole arm, it will go anti-clockwise. Okay? You see that? So that's why the mudra, only this must be tight. If you create tension in the body, you're creating negative situation in the system. There are various other benefits from a Rudraksha. One thing is, many of you might have noticed this, in certain places, not in every place, in certain places, a new place, if you go to, even if you're physically exhausted, you are unable to sleep. Have you noticed this in certain places? Even though you're physically exhausted, you're just not able to sleep in a certain new place where you have been. This is simply because your own energy may be used to a certain atmosphere. Suppose you go to your new place where the energies are not conducive to your kind of thing, then your body cannot settle. So for a traveling person, one thing about the spiritual life then was, you never stay in one place, you keep moving all the time. So for a person who eats and sleeps in different places on a daily basis, for him Rudraksha is a great boon because it creates a cocoon of your own energy. Outside energies will not influence you. Wherever you go, you carry your home with you. That's how it is. This also is a kind of protection. You know, people use negative energies to affect other people's lives. You're aware of this? What do you call that here? Yes, Billi Shunyam, the black magic or whatever you call it, there are various kinds of arts. One Veda, out of the 4 Vedas, one Veda is dedicated towards this. The Atharvana Veda is all about how to manipulate energies to your benefit and somebody's detriment. If you wear Rudraksha, it also protects you against that kind of negative situations. Many times, these things could happen to people even though they are not directed towards them. Right now, let's say somebody is doing some black magic to me, but I am not receptive to it. You're sitting here, you may get it. It is not necessary it must be aimed at you. If you're susceptible at a certain moment, you will get it. So, many times people may go through bad patches and things like that. Don't ascribe this, I don't want to create fear in your mind, but many times we have seen people being influenced by certain things, not knowing what's happening, blaming all kinds of things, not knowing what exactly is happening with themselves. Wearing a simple mala gives a certain level of protection for that person. Like this, there are so many other aspects to it. Everybody can wear panchamukhis or five-faced Rudrakshas. Other Rudraksh if you want to wear, somebody who knows what it is must choose and give it to you. Just buying some Rudraksh from a shop and wearing it will not be a good thing to do. And one time I had 8 very wonderful ekamukhis with me. I threw all of them into the Kaveri river. A very powerful Rudraksh. When I came to the conclusion of Dhyanalingam consecration, I went and dropped it in the Kaveri river. You can try, I can tell you where I dropped it. Very wonderful, powerful Rudraksh. Now, ekamukhi, wearing a Rudraksh which is not suitable for you can cause a lot of disturbance to your life. Generally we say, if you wear ekamukhi, within 12 days you will leave your family. The question is not whether you will leave your family or not. The nature of the ekamukhi is such, it will set you into that kind of mode that you cannot be with people. It is for an ascetic. It is not for somebody who wants to live in family situations where there is physical contact with people, emotional contact with people. This won't assist you. It will just pull you away in a different direction. If you try to go this way when it's pulling you that way, it will cause disasters to your life. I know people, all these 8 Rudraksh, one was given to me by somebody else who had it. All the other 7 came to me from people who had in their families, inheriting it for a long time, and it was causing havoc in their families. And when I looked at them, I told them, these are the troubles that you have, and you got a Rudraksh in your house. You remove it from your place, everything will be okay. So they offloaded it on me. I kept it with me somewhere between 15 to, the last one maybe 3-4 years, but in a span of about 15 years I collected this 8 Rudrakshs. And once the Dhyanalingam was over, I just put all of them into the river. I could have offloaded it on you, I'm sure you're willing.
For more on Sadhguru, visit www.ishafoundation.org.